Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Oh, hold on, honey bear. So let me do me guys a favor. Hit the like button. I'm gonna hit the intro because I still have to share this out. Thank you so much for your patience and waiting. Let's get this going now. Let's get this going now. Hold up. Where's my intro? Right here. Thank you, guys. Hold up. Wait a minute. Bruh. Did you hit the like button? Drop some rabbits in the chat. Let's go.
Hit that like, hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat, hit chat. Hit that like, hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. If you want the tea, come see me. Rabbit hole is the place to be for real news, not fake news. Celebrity news, breaking news around the clock. Real talk, best on the block. I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock. Real talk, best on the block. I rock, I rock. Hit that like, hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat, chat. Hit that like, hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop some drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. True crime is my specialty. Exposing the industry. Unsolved mysteries. Sticking to reality. Fair use commentary. Talking about cults. Trying to get results. Exploring cults. Exploring. Researching. Debunking. Investigating. Being nosy. Super nosy. Being messy. Being shady. Rabbit hole news. That's me. The chick with ADHD. Unmedicated. But quite educated. Hit that like. Hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat. Hit chat. Hit that like. Hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop some drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Hit that like. Hit that like. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Man, oh man, oh man. I have been in a bit of a cave, a rabbit cave. Now, I'm not lying to y'all. Like, literally, I've had Chris Hansen on my background for the last couple of hours. Have a seat. Listen, we have a deep dive, and I'm telling y'all the stuff that I found. Some stuff I knew, and some stuff I did not know. But oh my God, y'all gotta have to wait for this video, okay? Because that's kind of where my mind has been, along with other videos. But my mind has been preoccupied on Chris Hansen. So shout out to everybody in the chat. We about to get started. Let me change the background. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. We need a sticker. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. All right. Thank you. Have a seat. Ooh, you said Burning Man is notorious for crimes. You know, Burning Man, we're going to start with Burning Man right now. Burning Man, I remember during the Diddy trial that Burning Man was mentioned. In the sense of like somebody being rugged. Now, I don't know if that happened. There's a lot of questions that I have about the person, that specific witness and her story, but that's what was said. That's what was said. So let's start with Burning Man. You guys, do me a favor, hit the like button and let me know what y'all think in the comments. Billy, he's on my radar too. I just haven't had the time to look at him right now. But yes, he's on my radar for sure. Hold up. Now, let's start with the story right here. Hold up. Because my volume is somewhere. Give me 1 second. Let's start with this right here. This broke over the weekend. I've talked about Burning Man before, and it's interesting. But let's start right here, okay?
Ahead of the final weekend of Burning Man, many supporters are keeping the burn going, refusing to let weather change things, slow things down, as is evident by that video. They're ready to go. Jessica McLean joins us here in the studio with the latest on the
Now, this was back in the, man, I swear I have some of these videos saved. This was back when, so this was 4 days ago, and there was weather issues. But now we're finding out that there's a murmur investigation happening right now at Burning Man. And let me just say, between the weather, different things that happen and whatnot, people get stranded there. That festival still goes on. People will still be going to that festival.
Investigation is now underway after a man was found dead at the Burning Man festival in the Nevada desert. We don't yet know the victim's identity, and the local sheriff's office says the body was found lying in a pool of blood on the festival grounds Saturday night. The annual gathering in the Black Rock Desert attracts tens of thousands of people and is highlighted by the burning of a large wooden effigy of a man. That is on the next to last night. I'm joined now by former Boston Police Commissioner Ed Davis. Ed, thanks so much for being with us, especially on Labor Day. What are the main challenges in investigating a homicide like this? It's not only a remote area, there are harsh elements, and the nature of the crowd, it's very transient.
Good afternoon, Boris. Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult to get to the bottom of this one. This is a very definition of a transient community. It's a temporary encampment that's set up around this event. And to make matters worse, the body was discovered at the end of the event. Sort of the Burning Man was actually lit on fire, and then someone waved down a deputy and said that there's a body here.
So this body was discovered at the very end of the event. You said Burning Man. Well, Laura, there's a lot of people that don't feel that way. There's a lot of people. I've had people in my chat who said that they've gone to Burning Man. I've seen, like, what was it, 2 years ago, where it got crazy. People got stranded there. I did a video on Burning Man about 2 years ago, and it was crazy because people don't leave the festival even when it's like crazy weather. It does not matter. It can rain, it could do whatever it wants. People are going to be there and do what they have to do. And so I do wonder about, like, has this ever happened before? Has there ever been a murmur before in Burning Man? Let me know. I watched the video on EWU, and some women reported as say the people did not want police to get involved and wanted to handle stuff in-house. EWU. Naptual, let me know who's EWU. Let me know, because we gonna look into this. A lot of rich and powerful people go there. It's a lot of celebrities go there. Yes, they do. So it does make you wonder what happened here.
So at the end of that ceremony, people start to leave and they clean everything up. That's a very specific duty that they have when they go there. They commit to that. So cleaning everything up could complicate things as well. But they don't know the identity of the victim. They've put a plea out to sort of ask if anybody heard anything unusual or saw anything unusual. But in the chaos of that final celebration,
you said explore with us. So this murmured, and it's a homicide investigation. Okay, so this murmured happened right at the end of the festival.
It's going to be extremely difficult for them to get a handle on this one.
I wonder how you go about trying to interview people in the area. I mean, some of the music, for folks that don't know, is coming from these vehicles that are moving around, and like there's constant movement. So I wonder, how can you try to ascertain witnesses?
Y'all, like, this is in the desert, okay? All right, like, how do you have a lot of people coming and going. This, if you hate to put it this way, but this would be the place to commit a murmur. Okay, it really, really would be the place to commit a murmur, would be Burning Man, because of, like, people kind of come and go. Like, Woodstock was criminal. That festival scares you. People have said that they kind of feel like Woodstock and Burning Man are hand in hand. But let me know what y'all think. And I have to be careful, because people do, like, I have people in my chat that have gone to Burning Man, and I have to be careful, because some people, like, children go to this festival too, y'all. But let me know what y'all think. More people go to Burning Man than NASCAR race. If you've gone to Burning Man, put a one in the chat. Like I've said, when I talked about Burning Man 2 years ago, I had a lot of people who were like, don't talk about Burning Man. We go there all the time. Oh, okay. Not me, but okay. All right then.
Right. It's not like you can go back and find fixed video cameras and the kind of evidence that we would find by taping off a crime scene. This is a very unique situation. So the Pershing County Sheriff's Office has a very difficult job to do. They will need to try to find, starting with the person that reported the crime, and then trying to, sort of flow out from there to anyone else who was in the area of this to try to get witnesses.
You see that picture right there that they just showed? This run right here, that's when the weather was crazy and people were at Burning Man. A lot of people were stuck and there was like a bottleneck situation where people couldn't come and go. People were getting upset. There were protesters outside. This was 2 years ago. That's what Burning Man was about 2 years ago in that festival. So now this detective or this person is saying like, listen, they don't got cameras outside of the phone cameras. Yo, I got to upgrade my phone. Outside of the phone cameras, they don't have any other devices. Like what is that? Yeah, that's mud. This was 2 years ago. I remember talking about Burning Man 2 years ago. People go crazy to go to this festival. They really, really do. So the weather was something different when it happened, but people still go. Woodstock wasn't like that. It was a hippie love and vibe and peace. Miss Lisa House, do you were there any reported deaths during Woodstock? Because like I said, people have compared Burning Man to Woodstock. But I do wonder, like, do you know of any reported deaths around that time? Festival, was anybody murmured? Was there any homicide investigations that happened? I do wonder.
This to try to get witnesses as to who was around. But, you've got a situation where you don't know who the victim is. You certainly don't know who the suspect is, and everyone is leaving. So the very fact that that's the case, you're going to have to travel to interview people when you finally do identify them. I'm sure they're chipping away at it, and they've got some people that they can talk to, but leads are going to be hard to come by. Now, hopefully, they'll process the scene, and they may find evidence there, DNA evidence of the suspect and the victim, so that they can at least identify him. But I'm sure they've run fingerprints already. And the fact that they haven't been able to identify
fingerprints, there's a lot of people. What fingerprints? Where was this person found? By the way, he's been unidentified. Florida 72 says Aaron Joel Mitchell, 41, died in 2017 running into the fire of Burning Man. Like he intentionally ran into fire, and there was an essay too. We gonna pull this up in a minute, guys.
him yet is really troubling in this one.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if someone wants to attend a festival like Burning Man in the future, what would your safety advice be? What kind of plan should you go in with?
Well, certainly to know who you're with and understand the environment. You're in a very kind of loose situation. Although I will say this is the first homicide that I've seen after 25 years or so, even more, of this event going on. So
it is a homicide. Okay, so F the New York Times. I don't like them, but my card is still hung up on their subscription because of the Diddy trial. But anyways, Burning Man, all right? Man found dead at Burning Man, prompting homicide investigation, okay? The victim, whose identity was unknown, was found lying in a pool of blood on Saturday night, officials say. Okay, let's get right into this article, all right? So a man was found dead lying in a pool of blood at the popular Burning Man Arts and Music Festival on Saturday night, prompting a homicide investigation by local and federal officials in Nevada, the authorities said. Deputies responded at about 9:14 p.m. to a report of a man on the ground at the event campsite who was obviously deceased. Sheriff Jerry Allen of the Pershing County Sheriff's Office in Nevada said in a statement. Now, hold up. I have a lot of questions. How long was that man lying there? Somebody said he was obviously dead, so clearly people were trying to wake him up. Y'all, this is like a desert. There's like tents everywhere. Like, what is this all about? Okay? Keep going. It was not immediately clear how the man whose identity the sheriff said was unknown died. Was it unknown now, or do they know the identity of this man? The body was taken to the Washoe County Regional Medical Center examiner's office. On Monday, the sheriff's office asked the public for help in identifying the man. Today is Tuesday. So they still didn't even know who he was? Lord, they don't know who he was? So do they know who he is now? We're on Tuesday. You said he probably fell? I don't know, man. Listen, they got those listen, the Coachella is for the young people. For the young people and the beautiful young people, shout out to them. But I would never. All right, back in my day, in my area, it was a summer jam. Okay, when we had all the hip hop, Snoop Dogg, a bunch of people came down, and that's where we went. And we got through the 420 and the high and all that. I mean, that was us, But damn, like this is crazy. And I do wonder, is Coachella a little bit different? Because Coachella typically at a desert? I don't know. I'm not well versed. But y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please educate me, because I don't feel like I'm very well versed in this. All right. And I feel like Coachella is like a lot more young people around. So anyways, let's keep going. So on Monday, the sheriff's office asked the public for help in identifying the man. So they don't know who this man is. Somebody knows who this man is. Okay. Who was between the ages of 35 to 40, stood 6 feet tall, weighed about 200 pounds, and had short brown hair and facial hair. Okay, let's keep going. We are also currently seeking information regarding any suspect identifiers for any person who would commit such a heinous crime against another human being. Well, how did he even die? Like, was he hit in the head? Was he shot? Was he stabbed? Was he what happened to what had happened? We don't even know. We're going to go to the sheriff's statement here in a minute. Okay, so this statement was posted on social media. The body was reported as the man. The towering wooden sculpture shaped like a man was beginning to burn. Several participants in the immediate area were interviewed, the sheriff said. This process is still ongoing, and the portions of the city where this occurred will have heavy law enforcement presence until the scene can be released. Okay, I have a lot of questions about this, but we'll get to this. The Forensic Science Division of the Washoe County Sheriff's Office was called to help in the investigation, along with rangers from the Federal Bureau of Land Management, which manages the public land where the festival takes place. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in that area we do have a lot of reservations and stuff like that. So I do wonder, how all of that investigation goes down there. Although this act appears to be a singular crime, all participants should be vigilant of their surroundings and acquaintances. This is what Sheriff Allen said. There's no further information available at this time, but will be released as appropriate to provide for communication while still preserving the integrity of the complicated investigation of a crime in a city which will be gone by the middle of the week. In a statement, the organizers of Burning Man said resources and support were available to attendees. What do? Ring counselors? You think he was rugged? Oh man. Shout out to James. James just gifted 10 memberships, guys. If you've been blessed by any of by James, thank you. Make sure you guys are putting in hearts and confettis in the chat, please, and thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, James. It does support the channel. Thank you, guys. You said Coachella is out in the desert, not far from Palm Springs? Because the young people go crazy. Reservations would be federal land. Right. So what's that one movie? And every time I think of Burning Man, I'm a little traumatized. I think of that one movie. What's it called? Where Nicolas Cage is up on a Wicker Man. That's the name of the movie. Wicker Man. They had him up it was like a sacrifice. he was like, yeah, Tony's like, it's Wicker Man Rabbit. He was like allergic to bees or something. See, this movie, I saw this movie years ago, and you know how like not Con Air, no, you know how like a movie will traumatize you and like you still remember it many years later. Yeah. Like that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Wicker Man. Every time, yeah, the guy was allergic to bees, and they like put him up. Baby Bunny's playing. They put him up on like a Wicker Man thing, and then they sacrificed him there for whatever reason the plot was of this movie. I still remember that. That's what makes me think of Wicker Man. Burning Man, Wicker Man. Yeah. I know it's bizarre, but it is what it is. So in a statement, the organizers of Burning Man said resources and support were available to attendees. Okay. If you are in Black Rock City, do not interfere with law enforcement activity, the statement said. The safety and well-being of our community are paramount. The festival, which began on August 24th and runs through Monday, draws tens of thousands of people each year to Black Rock City, a temporary metropolis that pops up each year in the middle of Black Rock Desert, about 120 miles northeast of Reno, Nevada. So how do we know when? Do we know when this man died? Baby Bunny wants me to give her lipstick. One sec, guys. Break. Had to get some lipstick. Welcome everybody. I know, baby. But really, Kimmy? No, she's not. She was asking me for some lipstick. Okay. Let's keep going with this article. So they're asking, don't interfere with the investigation. The first question that I have is, when did this crime occur? How long was this guy deceased? We don't know who he is. Anybody see anything? I don't think there's any security cameras in this desert area, right? Like you're kind of like a one person there, with your little camera, right? If I'm understanding how all of this works, isn't that how it works? Like people, is safety a priority? It's a lot of alcohol, a lot of festival, a lot of music, a lot of neon lights, a lot of different things that are happening there. Okay, but let's keep going, okay? The festival, which began on August 24th, runs through Monday, okay? So we don't know how long this man has been gone, but yes. I think that's the name no, not Black Rock, but no, it's the name of the what's it called? It's the name of the area, Black Rock Desert. So that's the name, but I don't think it's like Black Rock, that the financial company. I don't think so. But it's about 120 miles northeast of Reno. So this is so far what we know thus far. But let's look at these statements real quick. This was on Facebook, and this was a statement that the department made. The Pershing County Sheriff's Office is requesting any information regarding a homicide which occurred, and they're classifying this a homicide. All right. So that just, take it for what it's like, the information that's out there. They're saying it's a homicide. Listen, this is very concerning because time is of the essence when there's a homicide, right? So August 30th, 2025, between 8 p.m. Okay, so they're saying information regarding a homicide which occurred. They believe the homicide occurred on August 30th between 8 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. in the areas between 8 o'clock and I Street at about 8:45 and I Street in Black Rock City. So August 30th, Are they guesstimating that's when the homicide occurred, or are they saying that's when the homicide occurred? Lord have mercy. Let me zoom in because maybe y'all can understand this a little bit better. Okay, I guess I can't zoom in. What does that even mean? If they ID'd him, it must be a homicide because, like I said, he can't be identified. They can't be identified in this digital era. That's suspicious as AF. Right. How he signs his first name is eerily similar to mine. Hold up. Let me see if I understand this correctly, okay? And guys, help me out. This is what they're saying. They're requesting information regarding a homicide which occurred. They're saying the homicide occurred on August 30th. Between 8 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. in the areas between 8 o'clock and 1st Street and 8:45 and 1st Street in Black Rock City. At the Burning Man Festival. If you were in the area passing by during this time frame, saw or heard anything, they're asking you to contact law enforcement. We are specifically looking to identify the white male adult descent who is between the ages of 35 and 40, approximately 6 and 200 with short brown hair and facial hair. We're currently seeking information regarding any suspects' identifiers. Okay, so did this homicide occur at the beginning of the festival? So 90 minutes? They're calling it a heinous crime, y'all. But that's what I thought. I thought the same thing. The last night, isn't it the last night when they burned the Burning Man, or was he found during Burning Man? You said he was found in the puddle of his own blood, so I don't think he could have been past. Yeah, like if it's absolutely, if it was a puddle, and especially in the desert, like yeah, like I don't think that he would have been gone for too long, guys, at all. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know your like number. I really appreciate it. Hey Sylvia, you said, hold up. Do you? Let me see. Found during. Yeah, he was found during. You got to know who he is. I mean, he doesn't have an ID with him. If with all these people leaving, do people like anybody leave their stuff behind? He might be. Yeah, the last night they burned the temple. So this is weird. This is so weird. And I would assume that they would have had more control of the area, like if like a parking number or something like that would identify him, or unless he was with people and he kind of like just got in there. But do we have a picture of him? This is just so bizarre. Okay, so hold up. Let me see what this detective is saying, because I know we stopped it mid-video.
Don't know the identity of the victim. They've put a plea out to sort of ask if anybody heard anything unusual or saw anything unusual. But in the chaos of that final celebration, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to get a handle on this one.
I wonder how you go about trying to interview people in the area. If I mean, some of the music, for folks that don't know, is coming from these vehicles that are moving around, and like there's constant movement. So I wonder, how can you try to ascertain witnesses?
Right. It's not like you can go back and find fixed video cameras and the kind of evidence that we would find by taping off a crime scene. This is a very unique situation. So the Pershing County Sheriff's Office has a very difficult job to do. They will need to try to find, starting with the person that reported the crime, and then trying to, sort of flow out from there to anyone else who was in the area of this, to try to get witnesses as to who was around.
Well, he was found in a pool of blood. So that's their first step. Who found the man and who reported it? There's no cameras, y'all. I mean, there's people, of course, with their own cameras, but there's no cameras here. Like I said, anybody can get away with anything here. There's been reported crimes in Burning Man. I mean, I just had somebody in the chat said that somebody was, arred in this area.
But you've got a situation where you don't know who the victim is. You certainly don't know who the suspect is, and everyone is leaving. So the very fact that that's the case, you're going to have to travel to interview people when you finally do identify them. I'm sure they're chipping away at it, and they've got some people that they can talk to, but leads are going to be hard to come by. Now, hopefully, they'll process the scene, and they may find evidence there, DNA evidence of the suspect and the victim, so that they can at least identify him. But
that's a good question. I would not be surprised to find out he went solo. It isn't unheard of. Like the deadhead community, some go alone planning to make new friends. What's the deadhead community, Don? Please educate me. Thank you, Pika, for the copyright. How can they have thousands of people, no security measures throughout enough to stop something like that? Well, that's the question. They don't have fruit. Listen, when I was covering this, when the raining was happening and the people were there, people were stranded, they were trying to get out. It was like, y'all are on your own on this one. They called a state of emergency around that time. This is what I'm saying. People really go all out. But what I remember, the Grateful Deads. Okay, thank you. I was like, okay, thank you. Gotcha. Grateful Dead followers, very hippie vibes. But how do you, so like they kind of go on their own, right? So there might be some people that go on their own. Gotcha. See, y'all, thank you for educating. Look at y'all, like Rabbit, get it together. Listen. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. So they must have done an autopsy. I don't know if they did. I think the way in which he was found was clearly not under normal circumstances. I don't know if they done an autopsy. Highly doubt it. I think they're trying to identify him first, right?
Sure, they've run fingerprints already, and the fact that they haven't been able to identify him yet is really troubling in this one.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if someone wants to attend a festival like Burning Man in the future, what would your safety advice be? What kind of plan should you go in with?
Oh, people are going to go. That's one thing I learned when covering about the weather stuff. The people are going to go. Okay? They're just going to go.
Well, certainly to know who you're with and understand the environment, you're in a very kind of loose situation. Although I will say this is the first homicide that I've seen after 25 years or so, even more, of this event going on. So there have been crimes there. There's larceny and an occasional sexual assault, but a homicide. There's certainly been deaths there before, and a newborn baby came into existence this time. But a homicide is extremely unusual. So
did he just say
this is really
hold up,
not the standard, not the norm there.
Did he just say a newborn baby came into existence? Like somebody gave birth at Burning Man? Did he just say that, or am I just hearing stuff? Sometimes I hear things. Hold up. He did say a newborn baby.
But a homicide, there's certainly been deaths there before, and a newborn baby came into existence this time. But
somebody gave birth at Burning Man. Lord have mercy. See what I'm saying? People are going to go. Yes, they said a newborn baby. I had to rewind that. I said, no, he didn't. You heard about that? Oh my God. Hey, Tony. Shout out to everybody. Hey, Jenny. Everybody come through. LOL, she didn't know she was pregnant. Supposedly, she didn't know she was pregnant. So what did they name the baby? Now, see, I didn't know all that. I heard about the SA stuff, right? That's crazy. Okay, let's keep playing this.
But a homicide is extremely unusual. So this is really not the standard, not the norm there. But whenever you are there, any place where there's a lot of drug use, there were a number of arrests for MDMA. This is a drug that can cause all kinds of problems with people's actions. And whenever you're in that type of environment, you have to be extremely cautious.
Ed Davis, appreciate the perspective. Thanks for joining.
Dang, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, and I do hope that they identify I mean, this is just a really sad situation. But somebody said in the chat, I can't remember who said it. If they report somebody missing, like maybe if somebody gets reported missing, then we'll get somewhere in this investigation, right? That would make more sense to me.
They're investigating after they say a man was found dead in a pool of blood at the Burning Man Festival in Nevada. Ryan Chandler is joining us with more on that. So, Ryan, what else do we know?
Well, Hallie, authorities are investigating this as a suspected homicide. The local sheriff's office tells us a deputy was alerted to that victim just as that namesake man began to burn. And we now know that victim is a white adult male. Now, authorities say the festival will have a heavy law enforcement presence before it's set to end tomorrow, warning, although this act appears to be a singular crime, all participants should always be vigilant of their surroundings and acquaintances. Now, the Burning Man organization also says they are cooperating with law enforcement as the sheriff's office asks anyone who may know more about the suspected crime to contact the Pershing County Sheriff's Office. Hallie.
Ryan Chandler, thank you.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live.
Okay, shut up. Yes, go watch live the NBC News app. All right. We don't get paid to promote them. Sorry, y'all. This is insane. I mean, everybody on TikTok is talking about it too, y'all.
A pool of blood at Burning Man Festival in Nevada. Police were reportedly notified of someone lying in the campsite at around 9:15 p.m. The same time the festival's symbolic effigy began to burn. Authorities are treating it as a singular crime, and the man's identity has not yet been confirmed. Around 70,000 people were expected to attend Burning Man this year, and 31 cases of hospitalization have been reported. A murder investigation has been launched after a man was found dead in a
31 cases of hospitalization have been reported. That is crazy. Now, somebody said in the chat that there was a channel that was it I forgot the name of it, y'all. Explore with us Burning Man. Oh, I know this channel. Oh yeah, this channel is pretty interesting. It's one of those kind of like storytelling channels. This is insane, y'all. They did like a little deep dive on it.
Investigation at the popular Burning Man Festival. Police say that he was found lying in a pool of blood Saturday night. We don't know his identity yet, but he's described as a white adult male. Attendees being told to stay vigilant. Now to this homicide investigation.
Hold up. This just looks so creepy to me. Like this right here, y'all. This scene right here. Hold up. Let's see if it pulls that picture again.
That he was found lying in a pool of blood Saturday night. We don't know his identity yet, but he's described as a white adult male. Attendees being...
What is that? What is that? Are these? What is that? Are all those people that attended, or what is that? Or is that like a sand thing, or like what is that exactly? Y'all see that? Are these all people? Because look at the way that it's organized. You would think that they would have security with how many people. What is this right here? Is this like an aerial shot of the Burning Man? I mean, listen, it's giving too much, man. Alien spacecraft, it's giving that, right? That is the community roads. What do you mean the community roads? Looks like Tent City, but look how they're organized. Campsites. That's a grid. Okay, so like it's like roads and houses and stuff. How do you, with how organized it is, because look at how organized it is, how do you not have security for stuff like this? How do you not know what's going on in there? You said that's the letter C? Oh, it's creepy, y'all.
Told to stay vigilant as there's an increased law enforcement presence now. Alex Stone is on the story for us. Sounds pretty bizarre and not a lot of details. Do we know anything on how he died and who might be responsible, Alex?
We don't know, Kira, and the sheriff's department says that they don't know.
Hold up. And it's true, right? Like, Christy, like, it's like, yo, a lot of alcohol, a lot of music. You're in the desert. It dehydrates you. You said those are all the campsites. But Pika, like, you see how those campsites are, right? You would think that the way in which they're organized, that they would have had somebody doing security or something. Somebody had to have seen something. And it's a homicide investigation. This man didn't just fall and suddenly, broke his nose and then there was a pool of blood. Somebody did something to this man, whoever this person was. And did he go alone? Did he get there alone? What happened? And then you have all those rugs. Like, it's crazy. Let's keep playing, y'all.
Either. We just talked to the sheriff's department. They say they're trying to identify who the victim is. That this happened right around 9 o'clock at night on Saturday night, as the man, as it's known, the effigy that burns on the second to last night of the Burning Man festival, as it was beginning to burn. And they found the victim, they say, quote, obviously deceased when they got to a campground area, and that the victim was the victim of murder. But they have called in forensic teams, other sheriff's office investigators as well. All of this made more difficult by that Black Rock City, which pops up every year for Burning Man, is not a real city, that it's going to be gone by midweek. So a lot of evidence will go away as well. They say that makes it more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a homicide and they wanted this is gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be hard for them to figure out. I mean, this is what drove this person there. And hopefully, if somebody calls somebody missing in Nevada or in Cali, because these people travel all the way from Cali, people come from all over the place to go to this festival, right? Or to the Burning Man. Somebody has to have called somebody missing, or they're gonna call somebody missing, realizing that their loved one did not make it there for whatever reason, or maybe he was placed there. That's the other thing too. Maybe he was placed there. Do something. Maybe the crime occurred somewhere else and then they placed him there. That could very well be the case too. It's a lot of questions that I have. Let me keep playing this, y'all.
This year's Burning Man has had a series of incidents throughout the week, right? What's going on?
Yeah, a number of different things. One is, and you saw in the photos there a moment ago, all of the wind and the dust storms and the rain. There was flooding that went on. There was a participant in all of these storms who was electrocuted during the rainstorm.
Remember this? I remember 2 years ago. This is what I was talking about. People were out there in the desert. I'm like, this is crazy. They had to declare a state of emergency because there was just so many people out there. They had to get the National Guard out there to help them out.
Stood in a puddle and actually then got electrocuted and was airlifted out. We don't know that participant's condition right now. Then there was a baby that was born to a woman, 36-year-old woman, who she and her husband claimed they didn't even know she was pregnant. 3.5-pound baby born about a month early, but that she claimed that she hadn't even been pregnant, had no symptoms of it. There were medical workers who were camping next to them and actually helped them deliver that baby. So a lot of things that went on over the last couple of days.
Yeah, clearly bizarre. All right. Well, we'll track this homicide investigation for sure. Thank you.
Yeah. We are going to have to look into that and see what they release, but they don't have a lot of information. But like I said, somebody saw something, because it's just, I don't know.
Underway at Burning Man after someone was found dead at the festival. The sheriff says someone flagged down a deputy to tell them about the discovery of a man's body at about 9:15 Saturday night. The section of Black Rock City where the body was found will remain secured with heavy law enforcement until the scene is processed.
But it's like kind of like its own city, right? Like, look at all that whole area. I don't know how secure it's a desert. How secure can you have it? How many people saw it? Maybe people walked over that area. We don't know, man. We don't know.
It's still unclear how the person died, but we will update that story as soon as we get more information.
Changes coming to Oakland Police Radio starting on Wednesday.
Ooh, okay. Y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like I said, we don't have a lot of information, and I'm looking at social media for other outlets. Some people have speculated that they felt like this was a sacrifice. What do y'all think? To what exactly? We don't know. A lot of energy stuff happens there. I mean, it's like any other concert. Look at this. Here's a homicide, birth, fierce weather. They're counting everything that has ever happened in this area during this festival. Burning Man's side of TikTok for a few days. They just found a body and now there's a homicide investigation. The Burning Man people are trying to tell us this is the first time this has ever happened. The lies they tell. Is it? Is it the first time that a homicide has happened? This is crazy. This is crazy.
I did it 2 years ago.
He said, great, another peaceful Burning Man turned into a horror show. Cops are now digging into a murmur after some poor guy was found in a pool of blood right as the big effing went up. Is it the FEG? Whatever. The man went up in flames on Saturday. This is crazy. How close was it to Burning Man? Look at this is amazing, y'all. This footage is amazing to see. This is how people get down. Crazy, huh? Is it, what is that? Is it FEG? FEG? JT, is that how you say it? It's not a violent festival. So what happened? Y'all, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Seems interesting that this festival is held in the place called Black Rock City. Yeah. But there's a lot of different stuff that happens here. Thank you. I know we've had James is a wonderful, beautiful gifter. Thank you, James. Anytime you have a large crowd of people that are overheated and under the influence, it's very hard to keep things under control, period. And then you got a lot of rugs going on. So weird you're speaking on Burning Man when you've never been there. Yeah, I am speaking on Burning Man and I've never been there. There's a lot of things that I have done that I don't speak on, and there's a lot of things that I cover that I've never done. Like I've never murdered anybody, and I speak about murders. But thank you. Cute. Moving on. Possible OD, but it's being investigated as an M when they must have found something else. Absolutely. I don't know. I know, right? I guess you've never had an opinion on something. Yeah, I mean, people are going to troll, y'all. We just got to troll back. Shout out to my chat. Y'all are amazing. I love it when you guys troll people that come and troll. There are people from other countries that attend this event. Really? But isn't it interesting? It's kind of like, we talked about like events, right? Like we just talked about Fire Festival, Billy McFarland, doing his thing. I think he sold the whatever he sold, which was like a big nothing burger. I don't know what it was. I got to go back in there and check it out. But like, that's the thing, people go to these events and you have to be careful. And let me just say this. I would love, like, I'm not saying that I wouldn't go. In my younger days, I would go to events like this, but it was nothing like this. Like, I'm not going to be out for a whole week in a desert and, alcohol, and that's too much. I mean, maybe I might go for a summer jam for a day or two, but yeah, that's too much. I'm just saying. There are rugs, parties, and vendors. It is a big oof. You think they're having let me be careful. Okay, baby bunny's got some headphones on so I can say this word. You think they're having orgies in this they be doing this here? Is that like kind of like the thing? Shout out to y'all. You said I cannot be around people in the middle of the desert. Listen, being in the middle of the desert, period. No offense to anyone who does. I just know myself and I wouldn't enjoy it. Hot ass sun, I don't know. Let me know. You said probably. No, they don't. Make people smile. You said they got those kinds of tents. I just had to be careful, y'all, because I do have a little child. I censor myself for YouTube, but I really censor myself for the child that I have who's in and out, sitter in and out and everything. The people that did it could have left after. How do you find them? It's going to be a hard scene to secure. You know what I mean? But it's a music festival in the middle of the desert, and they build the city every year from nothing, and they take it down. The spirit of the festival is not to have security of police. It's kind of like is anarchy kind of the right word for this? Kind of like to do your own thing, but it's a little bit crazy. Yes, it's a lot of adult music. You said people stink. It's stinky. I'm sure they got showers there and everything, but I know. Can you say the word? I'm trying to be careful, y'all. If you ever saw Woodstock 99, I know, but then somebody was telling me. I'm learning a lot from you guys. On Netflix, there's a lot of crazy orgies. Orbies is a word. There you go. Types of things going on. I wouldn't doubt it. But, honestly, I do hope that they find out what happened to this man. Now, let me say this, okay? Y'all know I'm very spiritual, okay? You guys know I'm very spiritual. I talk about that, but I consider myself to be very logical. If something smells like BS, I'm gonna say something smells like BS. But I do believe, in my opinion, that people do kind of come in and like harvest the energies and stuff like that through various ceremonies that people, you got to be mindful of the music that you're listening to, the lifestyle that you're living, the things that you're doing. You got to be careful, man. And sometimes it takes to throw one under to make things kind of like I do believe in that. I do believe that there are sacrifices out there that are made. So I feel like this is something that you have to kind of weigh in and figure this out. You said who's Night Charm? For those that are coming in, for those that don't know, there was a homicide at Burning Man this year, 2025. They found a man. They can't identify him in a pool of blood. That's what's happening. So I do believe that people got to be careful, man. They do. Listen, people got to be careful. Some people have master's degrees in Orbeez. I know I got to be careful, y'all, because I told you I got a community warning for saying the educational word that I've said before. For whatever reason, there was a bot. YouTube, this is educational content. We're talking about a true crime case right now, okay? We say words that law and crime gets away with saying all the time, and they don't get flagged. Everybody's tripping on drugs? I don't know, man. You just have to be careful. That's what I'm gonna say, okay? I enjoy all kinds of music. I enjoy all kinds of like different things and stuff like that. But I do believe that there are entities out there that are there to destroy the soul. I do believe it. Mhm. One of the episodes, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna say it, okay? One of the episodes that still haunts me till this day. You guys are gonna like laugh at me, but it's a true episode. Y'all remember the episode of The Simpsons where Bart sells his soul? Okay. And then he's like going around and he's like trying to find out. No. Hold up, y'all. One sec, guys. She took my marker. The Simpsons did it. Yeah, you remember that? That episode air. Never watched The Simpsons. You never did, James Steele. Jim Steele, there was an episode. See, this person was all. This is a repeated comment from the person that I just timed out. You have to be careful. One person killed at 70K festival versus people getting murmured daily in any given city, major city. No, nothing. What you're talking about. What I do know is that you need to take a break, my love. Like this is weird. Let me now. I'm gonna put you fear mongering. Go to the festival. Ain't nobody telling you not to go. Do your thing. We're talking about a homicide. Do your thing. People are killed every day. You're absolutely right. Do your thing if you want to go to these festivals. Go away. Come back in another account. That was that same person that I just timed out came back in a second account. Lord have mercy. Go. I'm forcing a break on you. Go away. Yeah, no fear mongering at all. Y'all go to whatever festivals. But I'm just sharing with y'all that I think anywhere. This can happen anywhere, right? You can go to a club and be dancing. Okay, that can happen. It's normal, and nobody's fear. I don't feel like I'm telling y'all like you guys are intelligent people. It's stupid to think that anybody like me would be able to fear monger anybody. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Go away. Okay, moving on. Bringing awareness is not fear mongering. I'm just saying. No, Vic, I'm fear mongering. Okay. Because y'all don't have brains and like literally this person is bothered by my commentary. Go to sleep. All right. Speaking of which, I had a great nap and sleep today. People don't, no, they don't. Yeah, and I don't think this is the first death at Burning Man. That's the question that I had. Has there been any more deaths? Right. So anyways, yeah, so The Simpsons, there was that episode where Bart sold his soul, and it was one of those episodes that really just kind of made me think like, yeah, I never want to sell my soul. Simpsons is crazy as hell, but that was an episode that kind of stayed with me for a long time. Anyways, moving on, let's talk about the cartel, okay? This is not a case that people are speaking about in the Latin American channels too much. But there was a social media influencer, and I'm letting y'all know, like, a lot of these are all in Spanish, okay? But people did talk about it. Sad situation, sad situation. And of course, you know who hit the story first was TikTok, because we have a huge Latin base out there on TikTok, and they talk about all kinds of stories. So she was a TikTok influencer, okay? And apparently she and her children and her husband were found in a truck, okay? Let me get into this.
Bodies of a Mexican influencer, her husband, and their 2 children were found inside of a gray Ford Ranger pickup truck on August 22nd, 2025. 32-year-old Esmeralda Ferrer Garibay was known on TikTok for sharing her luxury lifestyle and would often lip sync to narco corridos. Her family, originally from Michoacan, had recently moved to Jalisco.
Narco corridos. All right. Now I know some of y'all don't know what those are. But I put a little post. I want to say, my alarm's going off. I want to say maybe weeks ago about narco corridos and what they are. Again, going to music, okay? Lady, well, I do wonder if she had dealings with the cartel. And listen, the cartel is ruthless. They will take you, your family, and your seeds, everybody out. They really will.
Jalisco, reportedly for work related to vehicle trading and tomato farming. Mexican authorities do not believe that her social media activity directly prompted the killings. Instead, they are suspecting her husband's business ties as a motive behind the attacks, which is thought to be linked to organized crime. Their bodies were found after family members had reported them missing, and investigators found evidence at a nearby mechanics shop suggesting their lives were taken there before they were placed in a truck. The case has sent shockwaves through the online community. What do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments, and make sure you're following me on all platforms so I can continue to keep you guys updated on the latest.
Yeah. So family, they were found in a truck, murmured, okay? They were found in plastic bags, my understanding. A very horrific thing. Like I said, there isn't a lot of YouTube talking about this, but it's a real thing, y'all. It's a real thing. Hold up 1 minute, guys. Hold up. Let me see if I can find. There's another link. Y'all, I got too many I got too many links up. But people on TikTok are talking about this, because it's sad. It's a sad case.
It's no longer with us now. They didn't even have that long in Jalisco. Esmeralda was aged 32 years old, pretty young if you ask me. And on her social media accounts, she was pretty much living the lavish life. She was always posting exotic cars, bags, cash, etc. She was also posting videos of her lip singing to inappropriate music and also stating in the caption the advantages of having an entire family is no longer with us now. They didn't even have that long in Jalisco. Esmeralda was aged.
You gotta be careful, man. All money is not good money, man. They say money is the root of evil. Look at the cars. Any kind of money that profits from any of that, please note, your days are numbered. I hate that. Look at fear mongering. There you go. Why do I know this? Is because this is one of many cartel deaths, y'all.
Are you?
Okay, I could definitely do without the TikTok creepy music, period. But I mean, like I said, there's not a lot of people talking about this, but cartel crimes are a real thing.
Las últimas palabras de Esmeralda FG antes de morir. Sus palabras finales no fueron grabadas, pero alguien dicen que la escucharon. Y lo que dijo, sin duda alguna, cambió por completo la línea de investigación. ¿Acaso?
That's in Spanish. I know some of y'all won't understand it. Yes, Daphne Johnson, I will, but I'm planning to do it in a pre-recorded video for the new filings. I just haven't had time to catch up. Yeah, the cartel is no joke. But thank you, Daphne, for the $2. I really appreciate it. Yeah, the cartel's no joke. No, they don't play. They don't care. They don't care. They will take out you, your generation, and everything. Why has bringing awareness been labeled as fear mongering? I don't know, man. People in their feelings. if you're talking about people's faith
The
safes.
lifeless bodies of a Mexican influencer, her husband, and their 2 children were found inside of a gray Ford Ranger pickup truck
Hold up.
on August 22nd, 2025. 32-year-old Esmeralda Ferrer Garibay was known on TikTok for sharing her luxury lifestyle and would often lip-sync to narco corridos. Her family, the lifeless bodies of a Mexican influencer, her husband, and their 2 children were found inside of a gray Ford Ranger pickup truck on August 22nd, 2025. 32-year-old Esmeralda Ferrer Garibay was known
Her
on
children
TikTok
didn't
for
deserve
sharing
that.
her luxury lifestyle and would often lip-sync to narco corridos. Her family,
Her children did not deserve that, y'all. And I mean, this has hit people as well. So you know that, I mean, it's all over, y'all. You got the New York Post, TikTok influencer and her family found dead wrapped in plastic inside pickup trucks after cartel-style execution. As soon as they said plastic bags, I immediately knew it was a cartel-style situation. Very easy to tell when it's those kinds of deaths. Now, if you know that you're messing with narco corridos or anything like that, and I'm trying to figure out how to best explain it in English because it's basically a lifestyle, right? Of like narco corridos is music. It's Mexican cartel style music. And so what these narco corridos do, they basically, it's like you're telling the stories of other traffickers and the exploitation of life and humans through the trafficking of drugs and their crimes. So anything that comes out of that, any kind of singing, any kind of praising of that, oh my goodness, yes, honey. Any kind of praising of that, there is nothing good that comes out of that, y'all. It just there isn't. So if you're living that lifestyle, if a trafficker, if a rug trafficker or dealer is paying you, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. If you are praising that kind of lifestyle, I mean, it comes with the cost, okay? She might have been making a lot of money. You see a lot of like those brand name designer stuff out there, but where did that money come from to pay for that? If it was from her husband's business, I'm telling you, they can make you a hit, and that's what it is. And it sounds like she got in the crossfires of that. So influencer Esmeralda Ferrer Garibay, 32, found dead inside of an abandoned car with her husband and 2 kids. The Mexican content creator shared her life online to her more than 43,000 TikTok followers. So she was a content creator, 43,000 followers. On August 22nd, 4 bodies were abandoned and wrapped in plastic bags inside of a pickup truck in San Andres neighborhood of Guadalajara, Mexico. Prosecutor Alfonso Gutierrez Santilla said in a press conference. Several days later, they identified as the content creator, the 36-year-old husband and 2 children. Her children were 13 and 17, guys. All right. According to the newspaper, the Mexican newspaper, 3 men who worked at the mechanic shop where the vehicle containing the bodies was abandoned were arrested, though they were released because there was insufficient evidence to connect them to the crime. You got to be kidding me, man. This is going to be one of those unsolved mysteries, y'all. Just how corruption goes. Local authorities are continuing to investigate the family's death. The account Esmeralda FG dates back to April 2020 when she began posting her comedic lip-syncing clips to her profile. As the account grew more than 43,000 followers, she transitioned to lifestyle and travel content. On August 7th, in her final post before her death, the influencer shared a video driving a car on her ranch. In another post in this month, Esmeralda shared a video of her fluffy white dog running down the lawn. Oh my God. Hold up. So she says it's in Spanish. She basically says that, she's living in the colonia. This was her last one of her final videos, y'all. Like, this was her dog. Look at this. Oh my God. She's talking about the dog. The dog pees everywhere. Hear this. So this is the kind of music you gotta be careful with. It's just literally, and people are putting very cryptic messages in her thing. I mean, she had everything. She's a social media influencer. How does she pay for all those things if she wasn't involved in any kind of other stuff? This is really sad. You know, and her kids didn't deserve this kind of ending, but gives you an idea of, as soon as they said plastic bags, man, I knew. You said 5 minutes, okay? The dog is so cute though. Yeah, it really is. Lord, who was that little girl? Thank God they didn't do anything to her. Yeah, her other children were the ones that 13 and 17, guys. It's just really sad overall. I wonder what she did. She was singing songs. Her husband and her family had dealings with the cartel. This is a cartel style execution. That's what happens. It only takes a little bit, but to piss somebody off in the cartel for them to eliminate you or find you a threat. There is no joke when it comes to that kind of lifestyle, y'all. This is what I'm saying. It's like really sad to see this happen. She just showed up, is the person who died at the Burning Man. This is a different story, Andrew. You're going to have to rewind for the Burning Man. Yeah, but we were talking about a different social media influencer in Mexico. Okay, so this is the New York Post, and they said that the TikToker, singer Esmeralda, husband Roberto Carlos, and Gael Santiago, and the 7-year-old daughter Regina were discovered murdered. Oh my God, I wonder if that's her daughter. It says 17 in the People article. This one says 7. I don't know. There might be a typo here. Were abandoned in a gray Ford Ranger in Guadalajara, August 22nd. Okay, this is what was said. The bodies were found. Her 2 children were found in the pickup truck. They were in plastic bags, guys. That's them and behind the truck in plastic bags. Okay. Using surveillance videos, investigators traced the route of the truck back to a nearby auto repair shop where they discovered the bloodstains, bullet casings, ballistic evidence indicating that the family was likely executed at a site before driven to the location. Well, yeah, they probably weren't killed there. Forensic results are not in, but they did. This is just so sad. The 2 men at the auto repair shop were detained, but later released because they didn't have enough evidence. In another shocking twist, the pair were kidnapped by armed men 10 minutes after leaving the prosecutor's office. So were they being threatened? In another shocking twist, the pair were kidnapped by armed men minutes after leaving the prosecutor's office. The duo had met up with 2 acquaintances outside they had intercepted, and the 3 or 4 were taken, while one managed to escape and still at large, according to the Mexican media report. The attackers laid in wait for the group for more than 2 hours before striking, suggesting a coordinated attack. So far, it is unknown whether the attack was an act of retaliation for the murders of Ferrer Garibay and her family. Authorities are awaiting to interview the survivors. It's all cartel related, y'all. Look at this. One viral video featuring the text, "Advantages of having a narco boyfriend," along with the clip of her posing with the Gucci bag, was viewed almost 140,000 times. This is crazy, man. She's flaunting. That was the video that we just watched. Advantages of having a narco boyfriend. Girl, oh my God. Like, you cannot make this up, man. Anyways. Yeah, the cartel knows everything, y'all. They don't play. And they got people within. Okay? This is why people got to be careful. I hope I'm not fear-mongering the people, but it's the truth, okay? Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Sylvia, is like, I do wonder what happened. You flaunt it, you get it. Listen, it's been a couple years since I've gone to Mexico, but when I've gone, I don't want to flaunt anything. I'm just there to vacation, see some family, and that's about it. I don't want to be doing you won't see me wearing the fancy schmancy clothes or anything like that. Get me some cute little, relaxing sandals, some Old Navy sandals, and I'm just a regular schmegular. No jewelry, no nothing on, because I don't like attracting attention. If that makes sense. That's just kind of how I am. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go because I got to definitely get to some other videos. I really do appreciate everybody here. Thank you guys so much for being with me. Y'all are amazing. Hit the like button. Let me know what your like number is in the chat. Some of y'all are just barely coming in. I'm seeing some of those comments. You guys are amazing. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm working on a pre-recorded now. Let me also say real quick. Yes, Daphne, I am working on this again. I'm working on this video, but I got some other videos. Diddy's hearing is not until October, so I feel like I got some time because there's a lot of videos on Diddy that I have to catch up on, a lot of filings that happen, and at the very least talk a little bit about those filings. But I will see you guys later. I might be live later. We'll see. All right, hit the like button. Bye, guys. Thank you, guys.